Hello everyone, I'm 18 Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. We are dealing with some slippery road conditions to get our Thursday started thanks to some light freezing drizzle that we had and also a little bit of light snow that fell during the evening and overnight hours. But behind this system that'll be exiting the region this morning, we are going to be dealing with some very strong winds that are expected to develop. In fact, we have a wind advisory in place for a good portion of our area today. I'll show you that here in just a second. We'll then talk about the latest on our snow chances for late Friday night and into Saturday, and also turning very cold following that snow on Saturday. So that'll be Sunday and into a good portion of next week. So we have a wind advisory in place for the counties here in Brown. That starts at 9 a.m. and goes till 6 p.m. with sustained winds between 15 and 30 miles per hour and winds that could gust up to 50 miles per hour. Now, Polk, Barron, Russ counties, you are not under this wind advisory, but with that being said, you still could see wind gusts up to advisory level, which is around 45 miles per hour. The advisory that's in place is for not only gusts up to 50 miles an hour, but also it will be kind of in that advisory threshold a little bit longer versus areas farther north. So just kind of keep that in mind. And if you are traveling today, of course, be mindful of the snow-covered and icy roads this morning from the precipitation. But with those strong winds today, if you're traveling to the west or on those north-south roads or any open areas, watch out for some blowing and drifting snow. Now, outside of that, we will start off cloudy. We'll have decreasing clouds throughout the day today, maybe a few extra clouds for part of the afternoon. For tonight, we'll have mostly clear conditions, and the winds will be gradually tapering off as the night goes on. We'll start off with a good amount of sunshine tomorrow. Then the clouds will increase a little bit into the afternoon, but will be dry. And the winds are going to be much lighter tomorrow, likely staying under 10 miles per hour. A few light snow showers and flurries are possible early in the evening Friday. We'll have to kind of see if we get more consistent data on that. But right now, it's still looking to be late Friday evening. After about 11 p.m. or midnight into the overnight hours, we'll start to see that main wave of snow move in. This is thanks to a low pressure that's going to be tracking across parts of Kansas and Oklahoma and a trough extending up to the north. But we'll see widespread light to moderate snow taking over the region. There may be some bursts of moderate to heavy snow mixed in with that. That'll be with us for several hours. But by about mid-afternoon Saturday, the snow should gradually start to taper off. And by early to mid-Saturday evening, the snow will be out of our region. Now, we have a winter storm watch in place now for the entire area. We'll begin at midnight Friday night and go until about 6 p.m. Saturday, but we'll go till 9 p.m. for Taylor, Clark, Jackson, Trempealeau, and Buffalo counties with the potential of seeing several inches of snow in the forecast. Now, let's take a look at a probabilistic approach with the snowfall forecast. And again, it's still kind of a little early to kind of put down exact totals, but when you look at the probability of seeing at least 2 inches of snow, chances are that's probably, at least on the bare minimum, what we'll end up seeing. It's in that 90 to 95% bracket, if you will. Now, when you get to 4 inches, still a pretty good chance. You're looking at about 60 to 80% chance of seeing at least 4 inches of snow across the area. 6 inches, now you're getting down to about 40 to 50%, so that's a medium chance. And then once you get to 8 inches of snow, you're down in that 10 to 20 to 30% range, and then beyond that, you get to a foot of snow. A very, very low chance, but very unlikely we see totals up to a foot. There's a 1% chance north and east of Eau Claire. So with that being said, if I were to put numbers on this, we're looking at totals probably somewhere between about 3 and 8 inches with maybe a few isolated amounts of maybe 8 to 10 inches. But I think 3 to 8 inches, at least as early indications, is a pretty good starting point. But we'll continue to get new data in, and we'll be able to update that forecast as we go forward in time. But really the key takeaways, again, snow still looks likely, several inches of snow likely. Travel impacts are expected, and there are still some things that could change with this system. Some of the data is suggesting that maybe the system doesn't come in as strong as initially thought, so maybe a little less moisture and energy to work with, which would mean lower snow totals. That is certainly a possibility. The track of this system could fluctuate a little bit as well. So be sure to stay with us for updates. But certainly, whether we get 3 inches of snow or we end up getting, 8 inches of snow or so, there are going to be travel impacts. Overnight Friday to Saturday evening with poor travel. You can see on the winter storm severity index here, we have the yellow to orange category, which is in the cover to moderate category. So certainly there will be travel impacts. Please use extreme caution if you do have to travel, because in addition, that snow coming down. The winds might be a bit breezy, but that snow could come down at a heavy enough clip that'll certainly reduce visibility. So, if you have any travel plans, I would certainly, use extreme caution, maybe have a backup plan in place, or you may end up having to avoid travel if at all possible. But again, we'll keep you updated, so stay with us for that. Look at the next 36 hours today, 24 degrees. We've been above that already this morning, but temperatures will actually drop into the teens later this morning into the afternoon. Again, those windy conditions with some clearing. Tonight, we're down to around 2 above, and then we're back to about 21 tomorrow. It'll actually not be that bad tomorrow because the winds will be lighter. 22 with that snow on Saturday, and then very cold conditions after that, especially by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week with highs in the single digits. Lows are going to be below 0 Saturday night all the way through Tuesday, possibly even Wednesday night. And depending on how much snow we end up getting, those high and low temperatures Sunday through Wednesday could very well go down from where they stand right now.